What's up? So it is a nice and sunny day today. Let's get that air conditioner going. It's gonna be kind of hot for a little while, and then it's gonna more than likely cool down a lot when I get to work because we're right next to the damn river there. So got my sweater on. Anyway, this is my vlog post connected to the Ask Me Anything post that I just did today. And so yeah, let's just get right to it. I'm gonna go from latest to first comment. You know, anyway, that order. No particular order of importance because everyone's questions are equally important. What the fuck are you doing, cocksucker? You have a fucking gigantic ass truck and you're trying to like swerve out inside of fucking different lanes? Come on. How's my driving? I should fucking call your goddamn number, piece of shit. Jesus, alright. If you have a fucking Camaro, drive the goddamn thing. I don't give a fuck if you're from fucking Hawaii. Jesus, why are you here? Anyway, let's get to the questions. Gary, as in former Gary Busey, one of the cool mods. Yeah, you're all cool, kinda. He asked me, would I buy a Buick Roadmaster? It definitely depends on the condition it's in. If I got like a mint condition one with a little bit, like over 100,000 miles, if I could find one, more than likely I couldn't. One with the third row seating, the ones with the, basically like those Star Wars turrets seating in the back. Yeah, definitely. I would totally fucking buy a Buick Roadmaster, and I would replace the wood on the outside because it's probably gone by now. It's probably pretty shitty. I would do zebra wood, very 70s, 80s, 90s kind of thing. Yeah, definitely. I'd make it, if I had one, I would try and make it the most comfortable. It's already damn comfortable. I remember family members having them, and family friends, they had Buick Roadmasters, and we would go on road trips and stuff, and my sister and I would sit in the back seats facing the rear. It was a fun time, man. It was a really cool time just to like see everything happening outside that back gigantic window. Yeah, I love them, man. I love Buick Roadmasters. They're awesome. They're wagons. They're like the last little you know, ploy to have a cool, I think, a cool looking and a good performing family car before we had the whole minivan craze start up in the late 80s, early 90s. But yeah, Buick Roadmaster, hell yes. Hell yes. It would be forest green, zebra wood, and then on the outside, that binding that's on the zebra wood, it would have to be like a really dark mahogany. And on the inside, it would be all mahogany. Everywhere. Leather interior. Have to be. Be the shit. And of course, the bench seats in the back would have to have one of those Native American blankets, those big wool blankets that are like $135. Unless you go to a reservation, they're like $60. But yeah, definitely would have a Buick Roadmaster. Good question. Probably already knew the answer because I'm a wagon freak. Anyway, then we got Lazar Kopich opinion on his Fiat Stilo Estate, or Estatata, whatever they call it in Italy. You know, I saw it, and I didn't really even know that thing existed, and I really do dig a lot of Fiats. I even kind of like the Multipla. If you really think about what it's for and what it's utilized for, I would take a Multipla over the other terrible car that everyone hates, the Prius. I would take pretty much anything over a Prius. I would take a G-Wiz over a Prius. But yeah, the Stilo Estate is pretty sweet. He says he's got some performance mods on it. He's got some other mod plans. I think it'd be a badass little rig, man. I think it would. It would really look good in a nice Italian flag green, or even like an Italian flag livery. It'd be pretty sweet. I like that it's white. It's kind of like just plain looking, you know. It does look plain. I mean, I'm not saying that every car has to be some amazing looking thing, and I like the fact that certain cars look plain. And if you've got performance mods on a little Fiat wagon. I mean, you got kind of an almost sleeper setup going on right now, and I'll go ahead and skip down some of these other ones. Oh, you know what? That's actually the next question. Import Kid 67 asked me, sleeper or show car? I do not understand fucking show cars. I don't get them. Why would you want to just have, I mean, everyone has their own money and they can do whatever the fuck they want with their own money, but why would you want to buy a car, especially something that's a high performance car or a rare car, and just have it clean and undriven, just trucked into some fucking car show so you can show people that you made it look really nice? Come on, man. That's like that whole scene in Fast and Furious 7 when they came upstairs and this guy had a fucking Lykan Hypersport on the 88th floor or whatever fucking floor that was of that gigantic skyscraper. He had it sitting in there, just sitting in there collecting, well, not dust, probably like gold dust is Dubai, but it was just sitting there, man. That's wrong. You can't cage a beast. You shouldn't even cage a Subaru Justy. You don't want to have a fucking show car. I don't like show cars. So the other alternative, of course, is my favorite type of car, which is a sleeper, which is this is kind of a sleeper. It's pretty damn quick. I've walked on a newer 5 Series. It wasn't like an M5. It was probably some, you know, straight 6 5 Series. But, I mean, I walked on him. He came out to me and he starts doing the whole jolt forward thing. I'm like, psh, put it into sport mode, or whatever S stands for, and I just floored it, left him, walked, done. He kept up with me for a little bit there, but he had smaller balls than me, I guess, because I kicked his ass. So yeah, sleepers. Sleepers are the shit, man. Sleepers are like, they're basically like carrying around a a snub nose 357 Magnum. You know, pull that thing out, they're gonna be like, oh shit, he's got a gun. Well, it's a tiny little gun, who cares? Bam! Hole in your chest. This is a sleeper. Sleepers, seriously, they resonate inside me like a symphony. When I see them, I know their potential, and I get all giddy. I'm all happy, just like, yeah, man, that thing's badass. That thing's fast as fuck, and it looks like shit. Or, you know, some of them will look really fucking cool to me, like a Ford Taurus Show. The first and second gen look pretty sweet. The new Taurus Shows look pretty damn cool too, and those are sleepers. You're like, what, 380 horsepower? 4-wheel drive, launch control and shit. Anyway, like, sleepers are the shit. They are the best. Another one would be good would be the Volvo V70 V70R. Yeah. Oh yeah. T5 all-wheel drive, lowered a little bit. It's got a little bit of a stance to it. Not like stance, but like it has a stance, a presence on the road. Yeah, that would of course be the next question, which is Castria Calaba. Kind of sounds like a rite of passage in Jewish stuff. Kabbalah is what I'm thinking. Anyway, he asked me which Volvo is best Volvo, and that would be, of course, in the way of Mr. Regular, is what he said. Which Volvo is best Volvo? So that's my Mr. Regular impersonation right there. Impression. Words. Anyway, which Volvo is best Volvo? V70R. Yeah, definitely. The first gen V70R is the coolest Volvo that anyone has ever built, ever. Now, see, the close second, probably even tied for first, would be the second gen or third gen XC70. Love those things. Ultra capable, ultra versatile, and you still got that T5 with all-wheel drive. You got a little bit of a lift, some ground clearance, some nice, plastic bits on there so you don't scuff shit up. Awesome car. It's one of the ones that I am considering getting if I can't find a good Saab. Saab is the one that I'm really trying to get. Let's go ahead and go to Frederico Gomez. I'm hoping it's Gomez. It's G-O-M-E-S. It's probably not Gomes, being that your name is Frederico. Anyway, how do I feel about new Lamborghinis, and how do I feel about their overuse in usually hip-hop videos? Now, I grew up in the time when they were what would be called racing. You know, that whole Need for Speed, Underground 2, Fast and Furious 1 and 2, That whole era was my first real time when I had my own CD Walkman, and you know, I had all that music in me, and a lot of the stuff that I listened to was hip hop back then. And the hip hop that I really listened to was Tupac, Biggie, The Tribe Called Quest, and stuff like that. Real good hip hop, you know. Not all that hooting and hollering and bragging and boasting and stuff. That's not the stuff that I really listened to. And that stuff that was the bragging and boasting stuff was usually the music videos that you saw, the Lamborghinis and the you know, the Mercedes Benzes and you know, lifted, dunked out Chevys with spinners and everything like that. You know, I gotta say, one, I don't like new Lamborghinis. Aside from anything that's post Volkswagen Auto Group Lamborghini, don't really care for too much. You know, unless we're thinking like super exclusive ones like Testo Elemento or a Murcielago, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Murcielago is maybe right on the cusp of Volkswagen Auto Group. Don't like Gallardos. I don't like the Huracans. I don't like if they're gonna be coming out with that SUV. Don't really care for that. Yeah, I just don't like new Lamborghinis, and it's been said many times, especially on Top Gear, when they did the test of the Huracan, it's not a poster car, and that's exactly what you know, old Lamborghinis that I grew up with were, like Countach's, Diablo SVs, right then at the very end there, the Murcielago. I mean, those things, you could post those on the wall, and I mean, it was just like, whoa, look at that thing. It's just crazy. It's insane looking. It looks fast when you're looking at it. It's not even moving, and it's going quickly. So, I mean, when you get into the new ones, I mean, they're still developed by Lamborghini. They have that styling to them, but they've got this whole four-wheel drive thing going on. I don't even like Aventadors. I mean, Aventadors are kind of okay, but they're not. I don't like them. I don't like new Lamborghinis. Anyway, that's my answer to that. And the whole thing with their overuse in hip-hop videos, that's just gonna happen. That's gonna happen with anything that's deemed as cool. You know, it's okay that they use it all the time, because that just shows how ignorant they are, because there's tons of better cars. And if I was a hip-hop mogul, I definitely wouldn't be buying brand new Lamborghinis and brand new all this shit and donking them out and putting spinners on them and shit like that. I would have back in like 2002. I was all about that life. I wanted to have an H2 with some spinners, or a Lincoln Navigator with a lowrider kit on it and some hydraulics. I still kind of want hydraulics. I love hydraulics. Neons. Love neons. That's just me, though. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's some other people that still like it. But yeah, it just shows how their culture has changed. And I mean, it's not that the new hip-hop is bad, or that hip-hop that was all about Lamborghinis in the videos and all that stuff is bad. Some of it's pretty damn bad, like that mumble rap and just the hooting and hollering stuff. It's all about preference, you know. Some people, I mean, I can bump the beats of all that hooting and hollering stuff. I cannot stand the damn lyrics. They're degrading to people, not just women. And I mean, I am totally all about women's rights and all that stuff, but when they get kind of a little bit too far with just calling hoes bitches and hoes bitches, hoes, all that stuff, it's kind of annoying. So when they have videos with a shit ton of super exclusive cars in there, it's just like, wow, you making all that money from us downloading your shit, and you're spending it really wisely. How's that resale value on that shit when your fucking next record doesn't go platinum? Anyway, off of that, Turbo Toddler asked me the ultimate build. What is my ultimate build? And I've got too many goddamn ideas, not enough time, not enough money. It sucks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and narrow it down to my ultimate traveling build, basically the ultimate daily. And it would be this right here, but the TDI four-wheel drive version, even if it is just 4Motion that kicks in the rear wheels when it's needed. TDI 4-wheel drive, and I would make sure that this thing would run on biodiesel, and it would just be a very unique looking build. I would have it lifted a little bit, some ground clearance. I'd have some skid plates on the bottom to cover up all the stuff if I go over some rocks or anything like that. I want to be able to do some light off-roading, so it probably would have to be like a 3.5, 4-inch lift, and some nice all-season, all-terrain tires. I would have to replace these seats for some weight reduction, because all that stuff would added to it would make it to where I don't get as good a gas mileage, even with biodiesel. But yeah, then I would have, of course, a roof rack with a kayak on it, and nice light bar, big ass LED light bar, some nice yellow fog lights in the front, yellow light tint on my headlights, probably a matte OD green, maybe a nice British racing green. I don't know how I feel about a German car with British racing green though. Not too sure about that. It'd have to be OD green, or like that one that I made with the Nazi special forces or paratroopers camouflage. That'd be pretty sweet. I would like that. And I of course would put a shit ton of Columbia County Euro stickers all over it. The rims would have to be those 3-spoke Lauenarts. Those usually they're about 17 inches, something like that. So it's not too much. It's not too big, and it's not like ultra small looking, so it looks weird. But yeah, I'd have some badass tires on it, and yeah, that'd pretty much be my ultimate traveling and daily vehicle would be this. Seriously, this thing is an amazing car. I talk a lot of shit, and let's go ahead and go on to the next. That kind of segues into the last question. Last question? Last question. Don't read and drive, kids. It's dangerous. Last question. Oh, no, that's not the last question. Let's go ahead and go to Andrew G asking me if I'm going to go to Drive Tribe. I have talked about this with Ian Wright, Sir Ian Wright, and I did a podcast. He's going to be uploading soon, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. He had a pretty busy weekend. If you saw, he was replacing some stuff on his BMW, as is the BMW way. So yeah, I gotta say, I at this moment have a lot of dislikes about Drive Tribe in comparison to the amount of dislikes I have for Car Throttle, mainly because the fact that they had their whole advertising campaign of we're the first site for petrol heads, and I'm just like, Jalopnik, Car Throttle. How about every fucking forum that's ever been, since the beginning of the fucking internet? Even before the internet, there were car forums that were in magazines and newspapers. And then before the magazines and newspapers and shit had them in there were people going to car shows and being in a community themselves. Drive Tribe is not the first thing. I hate that. I hate that so much. It's just arrogant, stupid behavior that deserves none of my respect. So I'm waiting. I hear good things about it. I hear that it's very smooth. It's very nicely set up, and it's just gonna be like Car Throttle, man. That's all it's gonna be. And it's gonna be a brand new site, so you're gonna get a lot of people just complaining about reposts, and there are gonna be a lot of people from Car Throttle. They're gonna be talking shit about Car Throttle, and they're gonna be in the comment section having wars with each other. Not gonna be using it for a while. I might check it out later on. Andrew G started that whole he had that post about the Wagon Tribe. That sounds like a pretty cool thing. I'd probably be part of that. And the only reason I would really check out Drive Tribe is if they had exclusive content that was only there, that no one else grabbed from somewhere else and posted on the Drive Tribe. And maybe if there was exclusive Top Gear Trio stuff, I would definitely check it out. But it's pretty much just going to be Car Throttle, and I'll stick to Car Throttle because it's better. Anyway, thank you for the question, Andrew G. Now, Jen's the GTI freak, aka Captain Wallpaper, made a new car decision yet? That kind of goes back to that old question, what's the best Volvo, and all that stuff. I've really got my eyes set on a Saab, and I made the decision that I want to get that wagon that I've been obsessing over for about a week now. It's the 9.3 Turbo X Combi Sport Wagon, whatever. It's this four-wheel drive Saab wagon with a 2.8 liter V6 twin scroll turbo charged, and I drove that thing around, and it was just a dream to drive. It was absolutely just like gliding on glass everywhere. This thing is very smooth. This car is amazing, but it is nowhere near the engineering quality and the drive quality of that Saab. And I had so much fun in it because it's set up like a goddamn jet cockpit, just like every other Saab. And it has, instead of paddle shifters on the rear, it has these two little thumb spots up here. And that was badass. The transmission in it is very quick. I mean, this transmission's quick, and I believe the other one was a little bit faster. It does have a slower 0 to 60 time than this, but that's not a very big deal to me because it's all about how much fun I can have. And the fact that that Saab has that electronic limited slip differential in the rear that sends 90% of the power and torque to the rear wheels when you want to and when you have to, that's just awesome. Squealing the tires in a wagon, the rear tires in a wagon, and also being able to utilize four-wheel drive capabilities, yeah, I'm fucking sold. I want that damn car more than I want a lot of things in life. Like, I want that car more than I want a house. And I want a fucking house. I want to live in a house with a yard so my dog doesn't freak out whenever I leave. Speaking of which, did I fucking turn that off? Shit. Anyway. Hello, security lady. Probably thinks I'm crazy talking to myself. So yeah, man, I've made a decision on what I'm going to get instead of Wallace if everything works out well. My bank situation is shit. I have basically no credit history except for this car loan, and I'm pulling into work right now, and I don't want to look like that guy that's just talking to himself in his car because everyone already thinks I'm crazy. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Another Ask Me Anything will be coming up soon, probably for a podcast though. We might be doing another podcast sometime soon. And anything that happened after 12:30 today on that question that this is connected to will be answered in the next vlog. Thanks for sticking around for so long. Thankfully, I have registered my account so I can actually post this 23-minute video. Damn, that is rough. Yeah, so thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Fuck you if you did not. Yeah.